Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. I've been diving into this fascinating and sometimes pretty concerning topic of how AI is reshaping our ideas about privacy, identity, and even the truth. Particularly, I've been looking at how it is impacting celebrities and public figures, especially when it comes to their image and likeness. With deepfakes and AI generated endorsements and all these blurred lines between what's real and what's artificial, it's an area that's raising a lot of questions. Since you have always had great insights on tech, ethics, and pop culture, I thought you would be the perfect person to ask about this. I've got a few questions I'd love to get your take on. No pressure, just an honest opinion. Ready to dive in?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is, how should society balance the rights of celebrities to control their digital likeness with the public's interest in creative expression, especially after death?
I think we should try to find a fair middle ground. So celebrities, just like anyone else, have the right to control how their image and voice are used, even after they have passed away. So people might want to use their image for movies, art, or tributes, and that's okay if it's done with respect. But it should never be used in a way that goes against who they were or what they stood for. Getting permission from their family or estate is important.
Where do you think the ethical line should be drawn using AI to recreate someone's voice or image? Should consent always be required, even for harmless uses?
Yes, I believe consent should always be required. So even if it's meant to be harmless or funny, it's still someone's identity. You shouldn't want someone using your voice or face without asking, right? It's about showing respect for people even if they are not famous or even if they are no longer here.
Okay. How can we educate people to identify deepfakes without making them skeptical of all digital content? Like, what strategies would work best?
I think we should focus on teaching people how to think critically instead of just making them afraid of everything online. We should show them real versus fake examples, teach simple tips like checking the source, and maybe even create fun tools or apps to help practice spotting deepfakes. It's about giving people confidence and not making them feel paranoid.
Okay. Should laws automatically protect people's face or voices from AI misuse, or should individuals have to take legal actions themselves? And like, why?
So I think laws should protect everyone automatically. Most people don't have the time, money, or knowledge to fight back if someone misuses their image. It's not fair to expect people to protect themselves alone. The law should step in early to stop harm before it spreads.
Okay. If you could design a global policy to regulate deepfakes, what key protections would you include? And like, how would it enforce accountability?
So my policy would require clear permission before using someone's voice or face. All AI generated content should be labeled so people know it's not real. Also, tech companies should be responsible for making sure these rules are followed, and if they break them, there should be real consequences like fines. There should also be a global team or system to help track and report misuse because this is a worldwide issue.
Okay. Do you think society will eventually stop caring about whether the content is real or AI generated if the two become indistinguishable? What would that mean for trust in media?
Sadly, I think some people might stop caring, especially if fake content becomes super realistic. That could be dangerous because it's hard to trust what we see or hear if we don't know what's real. People might only trust content from sources they already agree with, which can make things even more divided. We'll need new ways to provide truth, like verified tags or trusted platforms.
Okay. How might growing up in a world full of deepfakes and AI generated content shape future generations' perception of truth and reality?
Kids growing up with deep fakes might learn to question everything they see, which can be good because they'll be sharper and more careful. But it could also make them feel like they can't trust anything, which is tiring and lonely. They might rely more on trusted people or communities for truth rather than just the media or internet. It's going to shape how they see the world in really big ways.
Can you think of a situation where using deepfake technology for good, like solving crimes or recreating historical figures, would outweigh its potential harms? Where would you draw the line?
Yes, there are definitely good uses. Deepfakes could help law enforcement by showing what missing people might look like years later. Or we could use it to bring historical figures to life in museums or classrooms to make learning more exciting. But we should always be clear that it's AI and not real. The line should be drawn when it's used to trick people, hurt someone's reputation, or steal their identity. As long as it's done honestly with a good purpose, it can do a lot of good.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time today. These are such complex issues, and I really appreciate hearing your thoughts on them. It's definitely going to help shape my perspective on how we can navigate this brave new world of AI, image rights, and privacy. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.